gentlemen, welcome to part 9 of Vampyr. I am your host, Iron Dragon. Now, this is likely to be the finale of this stream because we're only about 3 missions away from the end. So, depending on just how long this stream is, or rather how short he is. Testing. Okay. Yeah, the connection was loose again. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to part 9 of the Vampyr stream. Now, this will probably be the last of the episodes for this stream. Depending on how long it is, or rather, how short he is, I might, after this is over, start another stream and go on ahead and start Watch Dogs Legion. But we only have about 3 missions to go, and I'm not going to waste my time looking for the other secrets for the other hints for that girl we rescued. So let's just get into it. Just checking my status. Everyone's cured here. And except for one secret of his, and the 2 secrets of Louise, we have, and one of his, which that's tied to the diary. We're not going to get the last one of his. But we have everyone there. We're missing 2 for Loretta, but I'm not too worried about that. And 1 for Cadigan. And then the last one of his will be revealed in this mission. And unfortunately, anything with an X through it, we just completely missed. And can't get. Okay. So there's not enough hints left in the game for me to really worry about it. Because the hints are worth some experience points, but they're not worth that much.
Are you from Ascalon? I don't care. Steady, boys! We've got one of them!
Go engage that guy or something.
Good evening.
I don't think he'll have restocked, but... Hello. He's got white phosphorus, but I've already got that. What I'm looking for is... I don't know, he might have it. I need sodium hydroxide is what I need.
Goody.
I may have a...
No, he doesn't have any sodium hydroxide. Dagnabbit.
All countries unite!
Oh, I probably won't need it. I'm not going up against vampires in this. I'm going up against... Well, it was for anti-human, but Yeah, that happened at the end of last one because of all these people that just... 9 people got sick. But I've taken care of that. They're all... I've given cures to all of them, which is what the plus sign is for. Recovering. They'll be fine tomorrow.
Ain't sober there! Stupid bitch!
Oh, shoot me, will you?
The bloody grave!
Of course, I knew they'd be here in force. Now I can actually go through the front door. Last time I had to find a back entrance.
So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Oh, hey. Loot. Rivets. Well, thanks. I don't need them now.
Watch yourselves!
It smells like rotten meat.
New Doris Fletcher's Diary, London, 24th October 1918. Soon I'll be on the stage again, for my rehearsals are almost over. My minions are gathered around me, ready to follow my every command. Soon my audience will return, ready to applaud my art. The young, the gorgeous, my healthy audience. They'll return to their families, their beautiful houses, and happy lives, delighted by my performance. Shocked by my disguise, touched by my grace, my infectious legacy, they'll spread the disease one by one, and they'll turn, and I'll be their beloved queen again, and they'll never forget me, and I shall have my revenge on the dirty trick fate played on me.
We cannot be defeated.
I'm making sure to check everything on the periphery before I...
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Over there! There's one of them. Be strong, brothers!
Okay, good. Well, they're all down there.
Steady, boys! We've got them! Die, leech! Happy brothers! You're made! I'll take its head! Die, vermin!
McCullum's report, 11/6/18. And remember, the British method is month first, so that's actually the 6th of November. I just finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal. As painful and dreadful as it was, my God, the woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted by infecting all who would come to her next play. It helped me understand greatly what is going on. Doris Fletcher's real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of some Harriet Jones who has been treated as a patient for a long time at the Pembroke Hospital. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. I don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her before returning to the theater, and how she turned into that monstrosity that the leech known as Jonathan Reid finally defeated. The presence of that vampire in the same hospital where Harriet Jones was treated can't be a coincidence. I am convinced he is deeply involved with the vampire plague going on in London right now. I am also convinced Swansea is his accomplice, and that those two are planning something more terrifying than anything the Guard has ever faced. Maybe I should take some time to read the old books and manuscripts the Guard still possess to get some answers. It may prove useful. In the meantime, I'd better send some patrols to investigate about what is occurring at the Pembroke Hospital. 8 November. It took me 2 days to parse through the dusty registers and books we keep in the vault. I hate losing time like this. The search did prove fruitful for once. I found 2 pages that could be related to our present situation in a copy of William Marshall's memoirs. I took them with me to read more carefully. This creature Marshall says he fought in 1666, this disaster that aimed to destroy London, it is very similar to what happened with Doris Fletcher. Disease, infection, hate of the living, a desire to see the city ransacked. I have no doubt now that the bloody old leech of William Marshall is behind all this, and that he is back. That could be our greatest accomplishment, if the Guard could at last find and destroy that old bastard. I believe what Marshall did in 1666 is exactly what Reid is now trying to do. Did the creature, this disaster, escape their will? Is it why Marshall destroyed him in 1666, and Reid did the same with Doris Fletcher before she became such a creature? I don't know, but those two are clearly working together, and Swansea is helping them. I believe this is what is called as mad troll reasoning. I will immediately give orders to have him arrested and interrogated. As for Reid, I'll destroy that evil beast myself, and then we'll deal with William Marshall and this disaster thing. Prewin will prevail once
Doris
more.
Fletcher was about to become
Mad
a
troll
disaster.
logic, excuse me.
I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
At least one of them is still around. That's still locked. Oh.
Back in the grave, you!
Yeah, I think I'll pass on getting hit with your flamethrower a bunch of times.
Put an end to you! You leeches will kill me!
Lead rod, good handle part, whatever was in that. The Vampire Knight, William Marshall. Forget the legend about the man, the one most of you never heard of. You lazy bastards. Forget the empty tomb in Temple Church. Forget the death of those among us who died trying to locate him. We, the Guard, know that he is still hiding somewhere. That's the only fact we must keep in mind. Another small detail we need to keep in mind. This guy is clever. How many times have we thought we had cornered him to find only old dust and cobwebs? Marshall has been a vampire for 1,000 years. We're no match until we change our plans concerning his hunt. So, here are a few questions for you, and I want all of them answered before speaking of another great hunt to pin the leech down. Who helped him escape his den under Temple Church? We now know for a fact that a private contractor was paid to move a large coffin from the church a few years before we investigated the tomb. What exactly did the Traders of Brotherhood of St. Paul discuss with Marshall when they met in 1785 in London? The report of this meeting has been burnt, but witnesses remain of a request made by Marshall to access a specific book in their library. Why does the monstrosity known as Lady Blackwood seem linked to Marshall? They exchanged letters. She went in London to meet him in 1786, according to the Brotherhood spies. She tried to discreetly buy his castle in Wales in 1793 before fleeing when spotted by our fearless mentor, Kendall Stone. See the pattern here? What happened during these few years? Why such agitation and activity? Answer these questions, my brothers, and you will find the path to our most eminent foe, William Marshall, oldest vampire of England to survive our righteous wrath. From Know Your Enemies by Carl Eldritch, Pre-Win Leader. William Marshall's Memoirs. The Brotherhood of the St. Paul Stole finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated this disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature, the Dus Astro, the eater of stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Guess who we're fighting? Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised to come back to me with an answer. The primate of St. Paul wrote back to me with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord, it took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me, pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote, but if that's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes, I am ready to endure this excruciating pain.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king.
Evidence safe. Until further notice, this safe will be used to store sensitive evidence. It must always be locked. If you need to access it, just find me on the last floor to get the key. And bloody remember to bring it back to me when you're done.
I should find the key to that box.
And that'll be locked until I go down another level.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
1 second.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession? Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theatre. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
I made a mistake. But what is science if not trial and error? We both know it, Jonathan, we both know it.
What a poor justification for your morbid fascination and thirst for glory.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Yes, Edgar, you're about to die. I won't say it's fair, but I can't say you don't deserve it.
Your words hurt deeply, Jonathan. They come from a friend. I helped you, remember?
Yes, I remember.
The second I saw you in that bar, I knew we would accomplish great things, you and I.
I thought you were a vampire, until you brandished that cross.
You looked so lost when you opened that door. For a few seconds I thought you were there to kill me.
I think we were both afraid.
And now, I feel true fear. Is there an afterlife? What will become of me when I'm dead, Dr. Reid?
I really cannot say, Dr. Swansea.
In the end, life betrays us all.
And there's his last hint, by the way. Unfortunately, you don't get to see what that hint is, but you got it. And also, that actually was the best way to handle it, because if you embrace him, then you killed him, and you lose the best ending. If you turn him, well, again, you're turning someone else into a vampire. London, 12th May. Oh, and by the way, but if you let him die, well, you didn't kill him. The Guard of Prewin did so much damage to him, that's what killed him. So, for purposes of getting the best ending, you didn't kill the guy. That's the important thing. London, 12th May, 1912. My most exquisite friend, everything is now ready for our journey to France. We'll leave from Dover on the 17th, and we will spend the whole summer in Paris. I can't wait to taste all the delicate flavors that wonderful city has to offer, and I can't wait to try them all with you. Music, food, theater, architecture, perfumes, fashion, and you. Oh, what a delight it will be. I already wrote to some of my good artist friends who will be as delighted as me to see you on stage in French theater. Edmund Roston should be there. I know you like his work very much, and I count on him to introduce us to the magnificent Sarah Bernhardt. That would be the greatest achievement of this journey. I can't wait to hold you again in my arms, my sweetest delight, and drink again the source of your divine talent. Your devoted, Calhoun. And that is the last hint of Calhoun Russell, by the way. But we're not quite done in this building because of this.
It's locked, all right.
1 second.
I cannot enter.
And despite what it says about the key to the safe being downstairs, actually it's not. Okay, I just need to find my way.
Have no fear, brothers.
I have a feeling that's a hidden spawn point for them. That somehow they're talking, you know, they're somewhere in the building is what I'm saying. Oh, never mind. There you are.
It's not human! We cannot be defeated! Send you back to the fucking grave! Roll back to the hell that spawned you! Can you? You! Get back in the grave!
I have it. I can now open the box.
Okay, now I can go back downstairs and open that safe.
Lord, give us strength!
I really don't know if I should read this.
You shouldn't. Or again, do that little trick I told you where you talk to him, give it, and then read it in the pause menu just before you give it back to him. Then you can do both at the same time.
I'll return later. So how...
And hello, Mary.
Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Yes, you must, but first...
Best be on your way out.
This is no place for you, sir. Step away, sir.
You know what? How about no?
He's dead! You'll pay for this, youngling! Watch out for them teeth! Pin it down! Shoot it! To hell!
Now you know what that means, right? It means that I'm going to have to suck one of you dry.
Stop it, Leech! Back to the bloody drive! Time for this!
Really? Oh, you shit. Get a few shots in on him. Unfortunately, my shadow disciplines doesn't work on that guy. But fortunately, if you stand against that door right there, they stop attacking. So,
Good evening, Jonathan Reid. Can I help you in any way?
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Prewen stole from you.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
Yes. I give it back to you untouched.
Then, my friend, you deserve a little something to reward your fortitude. Please, have this, with my gratitude.
What's in the notebook?
I can't answer you, Jonathan, since you chose not to open it.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet its guards never lie.
the name of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole comes from the mythical figure of Paul Aurelian, Latin Paulinus Aurelianus, the great Welshman evangelist of the 6th century. Paul is supposed to have died in 575 at the age of 140 and was one of the 7 founding saints of Brittany. According to the legend, St. Paul used his sacred stole as a leash to tame a ferocious dragon and then cast the terrible beast into the sea. The saint is long gone now, but we of the Brotherhood keep his stole as a precious relic. Sometimes called the Brotherhood of the Stole, or even the Stole, we are a secret society of scholars who observe and identify the presence and activity of the vampires in Great Britain. Known as Watchers, the men and women of the Brotherhood vow to express a neutral attitude towards vampires. We believe we can be useful guides for those immortals, sometimes tempted to unleash their appetite. We postulate that vampires are not evil by essence. Over the centuries, we have witnessed that some vampires are able to transcend their predatory nature to protect mortals. Great mythological or historical figures, which we know were vampires, prove that enlightened immortals might agree to protect and guide mankind through difficult ages. Above the Watchers are the legates, who represent the authority of the primate wherever they go. As such, they have the right to call for the ban of the dragon. It is an ancestral ritual only known by the primate himself, used when the time comes, and proof has been gathered that another beast must be cast into the sea. The gathering and study of ancient texts are our main source of information used to understand the origin and behavior of the immortals. Recently, I decided that our legates should be allowed to travel and explore all parts of the world to expand our field of researches. Blessed by the sacred stole, the bravest of our watchers even dare to approach and contact vampires to interview them and gather intelligence at the source. We still have so much to learn and to discover. Our journey may never end, and that may be the greatest beauty of our task. From Whispers of Our Past by Usher Taltree, Primate of St. Paul.
Aye, but they are never easy to read.
Now then, let me see here. Coincidentally, that third hint, the one that you miss by giving him that notebook without reading it, is simply that the guard of Prewin suspects he's a vampire. I'm like, hello, he already told you that. It's kind of silly that you should have to read it to get that hint. However, I do have to look at that note. And it's got something to do with those 4 symbols. And those symbols relate to some of these other okay, that's 4 dots in a circle. Okay. Five dots in a fish. I have to make notes here, sorry. Okay, so I don't have all the hidden documents. You know, I'm missing 8 of them. But I know what 4 of the symbols are going to be. And by reading this, let's see. If I'm reading it correctly, whoop, wrong one. This one. See these two open sides on that square? One of those represents the route down to talk to Watts' face, and the other one represents the stairs out. So I know it starts with the fish, and then there's two other symbols, and then there's the circle, the fish, and the diamond again. That's if I want to bother getting the sword. It would probably help if I got the other documents. I'm not going to bother with it. I mean, I would love to get that sword. It's great, but you don't really need it to finish the game. I was hoping I had all the hints that I needed to get it, but I don't. I am, however, going to possibly spend some XP and then rest. And hope that What's-His-Face has the well, I'm nowhere near being level 32. The Whitechapel police have been informed of the mysterious disappearance of Edgar Swansea, age 45, physician, at approximately 6:30 this morning. The police have circulated a description of the missing man. 6 feet tall, slender build, fair complexion, graying hair, thin mustache, likely wearing a white surgeon coat with dark flannelette vest and Oxford shirting and leather evening shoes. Dr. Swansea is a familiar figure in the Whitechapel district, the current head of the Pembroke Hospital and a preeminent scientist. He spearheaded the mass admission of patients during last summer's flu epidemic. Although his methods have been criticized, it should be noted that Dr. Swansea did save a substantial number of individuals during the outbreak. His guidance drove the Pembroke to new technical heights, especially due to his enlistment of vanguard talent. His latest recruit was the transfusion pioneer Dr. Jonathan Reid, who had recently returned from the war. The famous surgeon was nowhere to be found to answer our questions. The lack of a head surgeon has led to a drastic drop in the operation success rate at Pembroke. I would advise against entrusting yourself to them until Dr. Swansea is found or a new head emerges to lead the hospital. And the district is critical. I'm going to have to cure a headache and bronchitis there. The docks remain sanitized. Whitechapel remains sanitized. And West End is back up to healthy. So, one headache and one bronchitis, huh? I need more potassium permanganate. It was one migraine, wasn't it? Yeah, one headache.
Good evening, Miss.
You know
May I look?
it's all... I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Not really. I need to craft that bronchitis cure and get over to Pembroke. Actually, I should probably stop down in West End and talk to that guy. See if he has the last ingredient I need to upgrade that other shotgun to chemical rounds.
You Londoners are no match for me. Crush the leech, boys! Roll back to the hell that spawned you!
Goody.
I may.
And that was what I needed.
The equality between men and women. Women die too in this war.
Live an ordinary life.
I'll craft the cure in my office at the hospital. And upgrade the shotgun there too. Actually, I think I can upgrade the shotgun now. I'm not sure. No, I need a workbench for that. But I can upgrade it. I have the sodium hydroxide I need for it.
Over there! There's one of them vermins! One of them! You leeches be killing! Stupid beast! Cross the leech, boys! God walks with me. It's a leech! Kill it!
Good evening.
Dr.
Do you need any
Yes, indeed.
I have no doubt about it.
I appreciate...
Goodbye, Doc.
Now to go down and find Pippa, give her the cure for that. The thing is, with Swansea gone, it'll never be higher than Sirius, but that's okay. Now let's see, where is Nurse Tibbets? Or Nurse Hawkins, rather.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm afraid I've
Not under my watch, nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse.
I met him in New York once.
Okay, we've done that. Let's go talk to Lady Ashbury. Let's go the other way. It's shorter. And once again, I still wish this had fast travel. Thankfully, as long as you're only dealing with humans, if you're willing to spend the fatigue, just walk right past them.
Look lively! It's on to us! No rest for the wicked. I'll put an end to you! Finish it!
Okay, now you pissed me off.
Lord, give us strength! Bloody monster! Freeman shall prevail! Mine! Filthy murdering bastard!
Well, yeah, they managed to kill me anyway because there were 5 of them.
Looks like an aristocrat.
And of course, he can see you. Well, wait, where the hell is Lady Ashbury? She's not in her home.
Let's hit it down.
What do you want to bet she's down in the sewers? No, she's in her study.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
He was mortally wounded. I put an end to his misery.
That is terrible, Jonathan. And yet you did what you must. The poor man.
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar gave no heed to ethics. His theory could have been proven to be correct, but he abused the confidence of his patients to test it.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Icor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth!
Yeah, she didn't take that particularly well. Obtain a drop of William Marshall's blood from Lord Redgrave. Oh, that'll be fun. Hold on. Be right back. I have to dehydrate. Well, you don't have a choice, really, Carrie. It's just, you just have shotgun shells in general. And they become whatever type of ammo you need. At least I have unlimited pistol bullets, simply because, well, you saw how I have minus 79 of them? That's the reason why, thanks to a glitch, every time I slept, it was giving me like 86 more bullets in my cache.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
Oh, shit. I have to go right past them, too. Or, you know, go around. I can do them in any particular order. So if I'm going to have to go this way anyway, I might as well go through the North Docks to the West End.
Win this!
And also, before I forget, welcome Di. I don't blame you for getting involved with that mod. I loved the Baldur's Gate games, especially Baldur's Gate 2. Don't remember how many times I actually played it, but it was quite a few.
Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
Die too in this war. Women's right to vote in
Sir, you are not welcome.
Find Redgrave, huh?
Why can't I forgive you, Father?
Well, probably the entrance is going to be around back. Speaking of blood, I thought there were a few rats around here somewhere. I wonder if she's eaten them all. Now you just know I'll probably have to fight my way past all these guys.
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with Lord Redgrave, I'll have to improvise.
Well, before I do that, let's... Be nice if you would not do that. And of course...
Don't you know better? Gotcha! Keep from Ascalon! I don't care!
I need blood anyway.
beast!
Would you stop doing that? Asshole. Oh. Thought I saw looting, but it was just a goblin. Well, where is Redgrave? Oh, he's on the ground floor. Go figure.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker, Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My Maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
No matter. Coincidentally, this decision doesn't matter which one.
Stop this farce. Marshall never was your Maker. I have no idea how you acquired his blood, but I need it now.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reid. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
Now, do you think you can get the rest of the econs in the city to stop attacking me on sight? Probably not. But it's just a thought. Okay. Now we'll find our way back over to the hospital and deal with that. At least I won't have to try too hard to get King Arthur's blood from Geoffrey.
God walks with me! Die, Dragon! Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work!
Probably easiest to go over the bridge. And as long as he doesn't turn around. Probably should go back by my quarters here and get more shotgun shells. And I'll talk to this guy and buy the 12 shotgun shells he has. He always has 12 every single day.
I'd like wise.
Now we get the fun bit of going back in the old morgue.
I cannot use garlic, but there may be a substitute in the Pembroke Hospital drug storage.
Let's see, is it up here or down there? Oh, up on the second floor of the morgue? Well, darn. Oh, and it does remind me. Switch that Lupara out for the pump action shotgun.
Crawl back to the hell of vermin!
Wasn't the guy I wanted to target with that, thanks.
We cannot be defeated! Elite! I shall fear no evil! Oh my god!
There it is. Insulin. Much more efficient than garlic against blood poisoning and sepsis, and much less dangerous for me. Thank you, Dr. Polescu.
And that was the chemical one, by the way. As you can see, pretty darn effective. But then again, you know, if you think about it, vampires are supposed to be hard to kill, so I think that's part of the reason why that one guy was so darn hard. Well, that and him being level 35 to my level 28. But with the right tactics, they're beatable. You just have to rely a lot on the stun. Now go back upstairs and restock on shotgun shells again. Fortunately, I can do that from my stash in my in any of the hideouts. Oh, fucker. He just had to turn around.
Rewind shall prevail!
But I got out of there before he could use his aura to disable my...
It's an H! Kill it!
It's the assholes. Run past them. Ah, exactly the guy who I wanted to hit with that. Thanks.
Let's pin it down! Kill it!
Thanks. Give me some more blood, please.
If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found another vital ingredient for my recipe.
Last warning, sir! Sorry, sir. No admittance. Crush the leech, boys! Oh, that's gonna smart! Filthy piece of shit!
You mean the grenade I didn't let you throw at me is going to smart? Oh, shite.
Fear no evil! That leech is fast! Watch it! It's a killer! Bloody leech!
Well, I'm out of ammo for the shotgun, but at least I got rid of them.
This is despicable.
Oh, come on. Well, it is a shotgun. That is sort of one of the advantages. They have spread. Any of my lairs, which I don't have any near here except for back there. Fortunately, I actually don't have to fight McCullum. I just have to find him. Because of what I did earlier about showing him mercy and letting him go. So I wouldn't say we're ever going to be friends, but at least... Well, I don't think you have to fight McCullum, but I could be wrong about that.
Good evening, vampire hunter.
Are you here to end me, Leech? You'll find I will not be killed easily.
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you? You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCollum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
A creature called a disaster is about to be unleashed. It falls upon me, as once it did Marshall, to stop it before the whole country is ravaged.
I should have destroyed that book. And yet, I wish I could join this battle alongside you. But this crusade is not mine to fight.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies! Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reid.
Thank you. Can we speak more?
Indeed. Why not?
What will the Guard of Priwen do now? Will you stop the Great Hunt?
Yes. But we shall continue to protect innocents from beasts like you and your red-headed friend.
Like me?
I am indebted to you for sparing me at Pembroke. But this won't always be the case. I'm no coward like those St. Paul's Stowe brothers.
How long have you known Lady Ashbury? Where is she? And what will you do to her?
We saw you meeting her, so of course we investigated. But she is gone. Our scouts reported she has sold some paintings and departed for an unknown destination.
Why are you here?
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of my parents. He's buried here.
And who was this man?
Carl Eldritch. One-time leader of Priwen. He killed my father in front of me. Helped me hunt my brother Ain after teaching me how to kill leeches.
Were both your parents killed by vampires?
Yes. And yet worse. My father returned to Dublin a vampire and tore out my mother's throat.
Adieu, vampire hunter.
Until we meet again, blood drinker.
And now I have to go back to a hideout anyway, because I have to mix the antidote. And like I said, surprise, surprise, you don't have to fight him this time. Thank goodness. I don't think that would have been an easy fight. Wasn't exactly easy the first time.
You!
Go fight them.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them!
Do you now? course, I do have to fight this asshole. And if any of that crap hits you... I do wish I could have gotten the sword, but I just didn't have the documentation to get it. Fully upgraded, that sword does more than 400 points of damage per hit, minus their damage resistance. There we go. Yeah, but the thing is, let me go over here to the documentation. Okay. Let me find one of them. Okay, see that symbol down there that I'm pointing at that has the 5 dots next to the fish? There's 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, 5 dots, and 6 dots. And that, the symbol beside each of them, tells you which of the 4 pressure pads you need to step on in what order. So I know I need to step on fish, then something, then something, then this, then that, then fish. But I'm missing 2 of the steps, and I don't want to make you sit there while I figure out, okay, I step on fish. Do I step on that and that? Or do I step on that and that? Or, you know, because I would have to either... Yeah, it's one of those things. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have it. It's random. So, unfortunately, you can't look it up in a guide.
The blend seems stable. Time to go and find Harriet in the sewers.
Yeah, it's random each time you play the game. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, now I have to reach the hive and destroy Harriet. Fun, fun, fun. And to be honest, I may cheat for that fight. For obvious reasons. But first I've got to go all the way across town. They see me, but they can't come any closer. It's just the way the game's coded. So they have to turn around and turn back because I'm in a no combat zone. Let's see, where is it in relation? All the way through the docks over here in the sewers in the western docks. Well, I suppose we should be grateful, considering that it doesn't have fast travel or a mini-map, that the entire city, or the section of the city that they chose to focus on, is only about half a kilometer across. So things would be a lot if you could actually go in a straight line, things would be a lot quicker. Or if you could, you know, fly.
It's one of them!
Yeah, but in that case, at least,
This is Ascalon.
it wouldn't have worked to stop him anyway.
It ain't human!
Kindly ignore me and you and him fight. Thank you.
Take a breath of this!
Fortunately, those enemies will fight each other too, and you can use the distraction to get past them and just basically hop from safe zone to safe zone. No.
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Ow. That hurt. I turned my microphone off just in time.
Sir, no civilians allowed.
To avoid making you listen to a quadruple sneeze. Damn near sneezed my headphones right off my head. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Need to skirt around his territory. Let's see, the Lower Thames Banks. Yeah. I kind of do have to go down here, unfortunately. Okay, where the heck is the entrance to that? Oh, okay. You don't get there through here, you get there through the west end. So, more travel. Bye. We are just about at the point of no return on this. Once we go down into the sewers and kill Harriet Jones, that's it. Oh. Yeah, I know it's kind of pointless since we're going to the end game, but... Oh, there wasn't any loot in it anyway. Oh well. Come on. You can't reopen those things. That gate's not open. Seems to be above me, though. Except not above me that direction. And here I am right back at the entrance. That is the second time I have done that. Where I completely backtracked back to where I came into the area.
I have this thirst for blood.
Yes, Jonathan, we know. We know. I mean, it's in the name of the game. Vampire. Ah. More like it. Well, I say it's more like it. But, this appears to be a dead end. Unless I have to come down here again.
This place has been ransacked.
Here we are. Follow the blood trail, huh? Well, that shouldn't be too hard.
They've all been slaughtered. Pre-win. No, not their style. Where has Harriet gone? She must have left a trail I could follow.
Yes, I would say she has. A big old trail of blood, more than likely. Follow the blood trail, it says. Yes, I get that, but... Oh, okay, that was a rat. I'm like, what is that little blood speck? Oh. Here's this guy again. We'll start to get some answers out of this.
Take not a step further, child, for you are unprepared.
You, at last. I wondered when you would show your face again. Step away. We have nothing to discuss.
Desist, child. You cannot confront the monstrosity unleashed upon this land without due preparation. I shall not allow it.
All right. But no more riddles. Enough of the obscure songs and prophecies. I ask questions, and you answer them.
My words have been as clear as crystal lakes, my child. You seem unwilling to drink, to listen, to learn.
What is your true appearance?
I do not understand. This is who I am.
Blood? You are made of blood. Surely you are joking.
Why would I? And no, I'm not made of blood. I am blood. Blood is what I am since my birth and for eternity.
But who are you really? Tell me your name.
I am your maker. I am the servant of the Red Goddess and protector of this land. I have many names.
Just give me one, then.
There are those who call me Myrddin Wild, the Wild Horned Man. But I never was a man. I was born out of blood.
Why did you choose me?
Only you could provide a modern, scientific answer to this ancient, mystical threat.
What kind of modern answer?
Disease, contagion, and contamination. How they course through veins is your dominion, my child. Your choices have made you. Only you can save this land.
Speak to me of this ancient threat.
The blood of hate. Vessel of the wrath of the goddess. When she awakens, a disaster will be born into this world, for she is hunger and anger.
I'm here to stop Harriet Jones. She is the original carrier. The well from which this corruption flows.
I have heard you, but be wary. Harriet Jones's mind is no more. She has metamorphosed into an apocalypse. Born from, drenched in, and driven by the blood of hate.
What is the blood of hate?
It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you, the need for blood, the will to strike and to punish, to spit in the eye of God.
Tell me about this disaster, creature. I know London fell victim to such a thing in 1666.
A disaster is pure anger born through blood. Its name means bad star, for they only appear when our queen unleashes her unquenchable wrath upon the world.
And who is this queen?
She is the Red Goddess, the Queen of Blood. In my youth, 100 lifetimes ago, she was worshipped as the Morrigan. She is my mother. She is yours, too.
The Morrigan? The Celtic goddess of war? Is this a ruse of some kind?
She has been worshipped in many forms throughout the ages. The true nature of the Red Queen is beyond your comprehension, eluding even mine. But know this, she is a vengeful mother.
So the disaster is some sort of accident. A disease vampires carry dormant in their blood, waiting to emerge.
That's your modern answer. But a disaster is at the same time both less and more.
Tell me what it is then, in your own words.
A disaster is the pure will of our queen. Whenever she dreams of walking this earth, she awakes in this putrid vessel.
I only wish to know how to put an end to this epidemic.
To perform an act so noble, you must protect yourself from its poisonous kiss, my child.
I know. McCullum used such a serum when trying to kill me. However, I have produced a more efficacious version of the antidote.
Your final task awaits you at the end of these tunnels. I've known for ages you were worthy of this challenge, my champion, Bittersweet.
What will happen thereafter? What future awaits me beyond these dark tunnels?
Your fate, my child, and the fate of this land. A disaster is about to enter this world to smite us all and teach us humility. You are our final hope.
Will it be over then? Once I've defeated this creature?
Yes. The threat will dissipate like so much smoke, for you will have purified its source.
And then what? What will become of me?
How would I know? I am no god, and your fate is in your own hands. For you are our champion.
You tricked me. My sister died for your schemes. I have brought suffering and tragedy into this world. I am not, nor will I ever be your champion.
Very soon you'll come to know that sacrifice is sometimes necessary. I understand the grudge a child bears towards his father and mother. Be brave, my child.
Okay, let's see. There we go.
These poor skulls didn't stand a chance.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sick. So sick. Doctor, help me, please. I'm in such pain.
I'll be glad to be of assistance.
Ah, like your help, Doris. Liars! All of you! My poor baby. I've been such a bad mother. But the Queen herself forgave me. Gave me another chance.
Harriet, you must stop all of this. I can't let you infect anyone else.
How dare you interfere with the Red Queen's plans, Doctor? How can you stop the course of nature? Nobody ever helped me. I've been...
She has about 4,500 hit points, just so you know.
My poor baby!
But she's not the real fight. Her most dangerous attack is that poison.
I've been alone.
I'm going to pause here to explain something about the Red Queen. The Red Queen is the final boss in the game, but she's also your punishment for embracing citizens. If you embraced everybody, everything in the game will be super easy until you get to her, and she'll be level 51. But since I didn't embrace anybody, she's level 30. And stun is useless, so you cannot bite her. So basically, use your gun to use your gun at range when she leaps up in the air. If you have spring, use spring to teleport in and then attack her again and back out. And use a weapon that has blood drain on it, like the hacksaw or the true dragonbane, which unfortunately I don't have.
How infinitely, how intensely, how irredeemably are you all going to suffer now?
However, that does work on her. All of your blood disciplines, like congealed.
Such innocence! Such guilt!
And of course, she summons in these things too. Which attack once and then explode and do damage. The stake is kind of useless, by the way. Because like I said, stun doesn't work and the stake is pretty much all stun. That would really hurt if I wasn't cheating, by the way.
Eat, for this is my body.
Get shot, for these are my incendiary shells.
Feed your mother, child. I will reap the land. Feed me. Abandon their lives. Spread the crop.
Oh, great. That was nullified.
Feed your mother, child.
And you see why I'm cheating for this.
Such innocence. Such guilt.
Well, no, not with the right, again, not with the right strategies. Unfortunately, I didn't read enough about what the right strategies were. So I don't have my XP spent, quote-unquote, properly.
No one could ever defeat you, mother of us all, for you are our every root and leaf.
You've always been my most amusing son.
Then go back to sleep, my queen, and smile at us from your dreams.
Did they feel my wrath? Have they suffered enough?
More than ever, mother of us all.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
So it's over then, young Ekon. You have put an end to this terrible menace.
Old Bridget? What are you doing here?
This is my realm, Ekon. This is Suaskal territory.
But they were all massacred by the monstrosity that Harriet became.
Others will come, engendered by deceitful vampires. I don't mean you, of course.
I thought you'd been slaughtered, with all the other Suaskals.
I was up above, in search of help when Harriet suddenly turned into that thing. I have no idea what it was.
It's over now. London is no longer shrouded in the disaster's shadow. We're all safe.
Yes. You prevailed in the end. I hope you'll forgive me for the way I treated you when first you presented yourself at our gate.
No need to apologize. Really.
Perhaps there will be no stories told or songs sung of what happened here today. But I'll know the truth. Jonathan Reid, newborn vampire, stepped forward and saved us all.
I'm honored to be part of this city's legend. Thank you, old Bridget. May I ask you just one question?
How could I refuse you anything now? I'll answer just as I answered Lady Ashbury when we met a few nights ago.
Who are you? Really?
I was born with the name Bridget Eleanor Wellington. In 1738, my beloved and immortal husband decided to preserve my beauty and youth forever by making me drink his blood.
You were Lord Redgrave's wife. Then the pompous fool rejected you, did he not?
It was about 200 years ago. Peace found me in time. And I sincerely hope it will find you too, now that all is over.
No, it's not over. I may have ended the vampire epidemic, but I still need answers from the woman I love.
I feared you would say that. Go then, young Ekon, and face your fate. Just remember that I'll always be here for you.
London has been cleansed. This catastrophe came about when an ancient, malignant will crossed paths with mortal imprudence. For now, we are safe. For now. My craving for blood remains. Red like hate, red like hunger, red as life and death, passing from one immortal to another, from predator to victim, patiently biding its time to rise again. London has been cleansed for now, but there's a simmering hatred, fear, and old grudges. When will we succumb, mortals and immortals alike? The next disaster is only a matter of time. My only hope now is to catch the woman I love, to understand why she fled, and unmask the secret that has been lurking in her blood for so long.
And that's what's left of her castle. Obviously, she hasn't been back to maintain it in a long time. Besides which, I have the feeling that most contractors aren't up at the time of night when she would go look for contractors.
Well, this is it. Lady Ashbury's domain. Why am I not surprised it's not on any maps? I'd better hurry.
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Jonathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother. My dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant Ghostly Queen. Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
Why did Harriet Jones become a disaster?
You are the doctor. You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and resentful woman, as was her daughter.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster hath been cast upon this wobbling world.
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls. Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics, or if the contagions emerge like a curse as she awakes.
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
What will happen to Ascalon? Will you let them run the country from the shadows?
I don't interfere with petty political intrigues. Ascalon was built upon the lie of a lineage. Such a deceit cannot last forever.
But Lord Redgrave definitely possessed Marshall's blood. Untainted blood from the greatest vampire knight.
Really? I wonder how he managed to acquire it. Perhaps I should retrieve this artifact before going back to sleep.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
They will never stop searching for William Marshall, for he escaped their two great hunts. Remember that you too are now on their dark list.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood is as wise as it is ancient. You have nothing to fear from it.
I am not afraid.
Do you truly think they are merely scholars poring over dusty books? The stole of St. Paul wielded faith sufficient to cast a dragon into the abyss.
That is just a legend.
Am I not a legend? Are you not about to become one yourself?
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a secret you will discover soon enough.
And you? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted plan are you seeking to pull now? Tell me the truth.
I am just here to salute my sons, and to bid them fare thee well.
Your sons? Plural? My God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
Tell me about William Marshall. Why is his blood so strong?
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Jonathan Reid. A champion of your time, chosen to defeat a threat spawned of this generation.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here? Is that why you're here now, too?
Have I not already answered that question?
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed that which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king. The blood of the champion I chose to save this land in its time of greatest peril.
King Arthur was also your progeny. Why am I not surprised?
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And for centuries the land suffered his defeat.
Who are your sons? Why do you bid them farewell now?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land anymore. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you shall meet one night.
So that is all we are to you? Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil?
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
Speak clearly then, and answer my last question.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Jonathan Reid. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child. I shall dream about you soon.
And now to find a way to enter the castle after all that exposition. Because the front gate is locked. Well, obviously that's not the way to in. Robin Inglewood, 1530 to 1578. Mary Inglewood, born in Whitaker, 1534 to 1578. Yeah, but in this case, it's just an old castle. It's not like it's blocking you from going anywhere. It's just not letting you places you don't need to go in this case.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume.
London, 4 August 1865. Dear Lady Ashbury, thank you for your recent letter and all the good news it contained. I cannot wait to finally meet you when you arrive in London. The garden is beautiful under the summer sky, although I noted your wish to avoid heat and direct sunlight because of your frail health. You're welcome any day. We'll discuss this wonderful idea of yours concerning the foundation of an orphanage for young ladies, inspired by the French Maison Royale de Saint-Louis, sadly closed when the French people chose, my God, I can't even write these words down, to cut their king's head off. Such a place, destined to provide a good education to gifted but poor orphan girls, will surely excite my friends here in the city. You can count on me and my influence to help make your project a huge success. Yours ever sincerely, Countess Alexandra Somerset.
She must be here somewhere.
But not through that door. Portrait of Elizabeth Blackwood by Johannes Vermeer, 1666. Copy of a letter. Ashbury Castle, 21 September 1795. Dear Mr. McAllister, as the new legal owner of the Ashbury estate, I intend to quickly engage in the overdue maintenance and repairs of the walls and the crypt of the castle. Among the few architects I invited to send forth proposals, I was most impressed by your respectful approach concerning renovations on historical buildings and their preservation. I would be glad to meet you at your convenience. My only request would be to speak to you directly and not your assistants. Any evening of next month would be agreeable. You may come to the castle, or I can meet you at your office as you prefer. If you agree to come to the castle, I could show you what kind of repairs and modifications I have in mind concerning the crypt, which may need considerable work and reconstruction. Very sincerely, Lady Ashbury.
Like most castles, this one has a crypt, and it holds something special inside. This castle is falling apart. That sweet fragrance. Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently.
Either that or the whole thing just started falling apart again. But more likely you're correct. Probably just never done. Portrait of Elizabeth and Jacob Blackwood in Versailles, 1788. Or Versailles. I'm going to butcher some pronunciations. It's inevitable. I'll go down that way in a minute. Because Dunbarrow Sanatorium, Scotland, 27 July 1909. That's what I thought. Dear Lady Ashbury, I thank you for your previous letters and ardent discussions about vampire folklore. It is now obvious we share an opinion concerning scientific and modern approach toward the need for blood and the cure of addiction. I must confess I admired your charitable attitude when I met you at the Dunbarrow Sanatorium, and I'm still impressed by your kindness when talking with humble and poor patients. I was delighted to read about the position of administrator at the Pembroke Hospital you financed since its founding. After a few days of deliberation, I'm happy to accept your offer. It will be, for me, an occasion to get back to the busy streets of London after years of public service in the beautiful but far quieter Scotland. I will be glad to meet you there and discuss with you further about immortality, its advantages and disadvantages, and how to enhance your condition. I look forward to our next meeting. Yours sincerely, Dr. Edgar Swansea.
This painting looks suspicious.
Yeah, I can't go down there until you figure out the puzzle. Old Contract, Inverness, 11 February 1807. Dear Mrs. Ashbury, when last we communicated, you asked for the conveyance of a large coffin from Temple Church, London, to the crypt of the Ashbury Castle in Scotland. I am happy to report your request has finally been validated. My drivers have been informed that for security reasons, guards must always protect the coffin. You have hired these individuals who will be waiting for us in London. They also have been informed that under no circumstance should the carriage try to pass a river by boat, but always by road and bridges, for the precious wood and the relics inside the coffin cannot be exposed to humidity and moisture. You'll find a detailed quote for the entire operation attached to this letter. We are ready to go to London as soon as payment is received in full. Very respectfully, Samuel Lewis, independent contractor. Oh, okay. And of course you saw that moon and the sword in the painting.
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
A sword and a moon, huh? Let's see, where's the dining hall? That's where those symbols are. Ding, ding, ding.
What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work. One last switch, and...
That was the moon. Need to find the sword. It'll be here somewhere. Won't be in here, though. That's the shield. That's some sort of flower.
Here's another switch. I should keep looking.
Well, come on. Where is the last switch? Because, I mean, that is...
One last switch, and...
Oh.
Voila.
Don't know how I didn't notice that. Probably because it was on an angle and not pointing straight forward. Ancient Tome, 1217. An angel came to me. Blessed be to God. Michael appeared to me last night in all his glory, shaped in glorious blood, to grant me eternal life at the dusk of my life. The apparition was so sublime and terrible that I could not help but lower my head and close my eyes. Struck by the divine gift, I fell to the ground, only to awake the next night. You will serve me as you served your king, said the angel before striking me with all his power. You will protect this land through the eons to come. For all who knew me, I should now hide and retreat, for they consider me dead. Soon I will leave the company of men to serve my new purpose. Blessed be God. 1350. Michael appeared to me last night in my retreat under Temple Church and asked me to prepare for battle. The land must be saved. Death is everywhere. The Black Death. An epidemic sent by the devil himself to punish mortals all over the world. My arm is strong. In the name of God, I shall smite the enemies of mankind. England shall prevail. 1569. It is almost 20 years since my fight started against the devil, and the end is uncertain. From time to time, the plague, the Black Death, reappears in a village, in a town, and each time the vicious minions of hell approach to get their share of the mortal suffering. Vampires, dreadful creatures, I won't let this land collapse. Until my last breath, I'll serve and protect England. 1578. Well, this is a rather long one. And I am not going to read all of that. I don't mind reading stuff, but reading entire pages like that, nah.
Drop your sword, Father. You have nothing to be afraid of.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No. Never. You taught me that.
Blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, Father. He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father. What took you so long, Jonathan?
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent and saviour of England. The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reid.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Will you go back to London?
No, Jonathan. I do not intend to.
And what of your daughter?
Charlotte is a strong, independent woman who's about to come into money. I took care of everything. Now it's time for her to shape her future.
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
Yes. You did well, Jonathan. You truly saved the city.
Yes, we did. Despite all obstacles. I'm truly convinced we did it together, Elizabeth.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this. Through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation. And the will of a creature so inexplicably evil, she exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
He gave you the antidote?
Yes. And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again. I feed him with my blood.
You feed him? You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty Ekon, who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
No redemption, then?
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scowls, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this day. To you, I am Elizabeth Ashbury, and that's all I wish to be.
I understand. And I respect your desire for privacy.
Thank you, Jonathan.
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Jonathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse, forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elizabeth.
I know, Jonathan. You have been the most loyal ally these last few weeks. But this is my duty.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan. But be careful.
Yes?
Sir William. My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
I found your research on the antidote. The tears of the angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
King Richard and Boadicea? How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen? What of her?
You met her, did you not?
Just once, but she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the Red Song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elizabeth.
How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
Tell me about Elizabeth. How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating the disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral, I returned to my retreat, infected. This is where my sweet Elizabeth found me, for she heard my pain from across the sea.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb. I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
What happened then?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
Did you really sacrifice yourself to save her?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am at peace here. I can think about what I've done and how I failed.
You agreed to be confined here then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear. for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Jonathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reid, champion of Myrddin, chosen to save England from the vampire epidemic. I could cure you.
What do you mean?
We are creatures of blood, Elizabeth. Everything about us is in our blood. With time, I could perfect the antidote William Marshall gave you. Trust me, for time is on our side.
That is a risk I cannot take, Jonathan. I won't bring another such disaster into this world.
Elizabeth, no. Trust me. I can save you.
How could I trust you, Jonathan? How could I take such a chance?
I'll stay here with you then, as long as we must until I find a cure.
You have no idea what you're talking about, Jonathan. Despite his madness, William was strong enough to starve for centuries. I doubt we can do the same.
That's where you're wrong, Elizabeth. Since I murdered my poor Mary after my rebirth, I vowed to never take a life again, and I've succeeded.
I'm not sure I have the strength of character. I'm not like William. I'm not like you.
Let me teach you then. Come with me, my love.
Oh, Jonathan, if only this could be true, but I really don't know.
We'll run away. Go to the deepest forests, the highest mountains. Untouched by man, we'll hide in solitude until I find a cure.
Do you trust me then?
Until the end of the world, my love.
Okay.
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung and your path chosen. England is safe, for you have prevailed. I wish you a peace duly earned for the centuries yet to come. And they will come. I bid thee farewell, my champion bittersweet. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. Until alas she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
And there you go. That is the game of Vampyr for you. And I think that might have been the best ending in the game. I thought I read somewhere that they went to America, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong about that, or maybe the source I read was wrong about that. But they did go somewhere. They didn't stay in the castle, which is the second best ending. So, there you have it. I'm rather surprised by all the exposition at the end. You know, I thought this would be over more than an hour ago. So there's really no point in starting a second stream today. So, we will be starting Watch Dogs Legion in the next stream. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your support. If you're new to this and you would like to support the channel, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And have a great rest of your day.